Hello everybody, Big Beardy back again with another video, and today we're talking invoices. How do you send them, how does it work, and how can you make it work through the CX? The CX actually has a really good invoice system. It's one of the things they've got spot on. You can send invoices to customers who are on the CX, who aren't on the CX. You can keep track of money coming in, coming out, and it's just a very good system. So I'm going to go through how you work it, and then I'm going to show you how I keep everything organized, which should help some of you guys out if you're not quite sure what to do. So let's get started. First of all, you're going to need two things to send invoices. You need these if you're on CX or you're not on the CX, so you've got to have them basically. First off is a laptop or desktop computer, so you can get online, so you can print, so you can email, so you can do all the technical stuff. You're going to have one of them. If you don't have one, you're going to find it very difficult. There are ways to do it on tablets and phones, but it's not as easy. So if you don't already have a desktop or laptop, which I expect most people do, then you might want to look at investing in one. Next up is a printer with a scanner function. Now, most printers come as multi-purpose, have print, scan, and photocopy. So it shouldn't be difficult to find one. You can pick them up relatively cheaply. I think I got mine for about £30 2 years ago from Tesco, so they're not hideously expensive. And the most expensive thing about the whole process after you've got them is cartridge ink. It's really expensive, it's really annoying, but as long as we are doing paper copies, which shippers seem to need, then we're going to have to fork out for it, unfortunately. So, it's very simple if you're on the CX. All you have to do is when you finish a job, on your front page, I think it's called desktop the page, it will have your jobs you've done. You just go to that job and you click invoice. Very simple. The thing the CX has put into their system is when you press that and the invoice pops up, it already pre-populates the customer's email address, so you don't have to go looking for it. It makes it very easy. Then in the top right hand corner there'll be a little icon that says email. Click on that. A little email screen will come up and you just put a little caption. I usually put something like, "To whom it may concern, please find attached my invoice, Big Beardy." Then you just fling that out and that's it. Very simple. The electronic copy of the invoice has been sent to the customer. They should already have a POD as well, because electronic POD, and if you scan your PODs, which I strongly suggest you do now on the phone, start scanning them and sending them. It makes life a lot easier. I never used to, because I just sent paper copy after paper copy, but now I'm scanning them. It's another form of records. Then it's very simple after that. You just go to your invoice system, and the top invoice will be the last one you sent, and it will give you all the dates of when it was sent, when you're expected to be paid, and you just print off two invoices. This is my system. This is how I do it. It's really simple. So I print off two invoices. I've obviously got two here. I've blacked out all the information I need to know. There's usually a bit more information here, but this is actually a customer who's not on the CX, so I just populated the information. So I print off two. One is my copy, one is the shipper's copy. Very simple. And then you have your POD. Haven't filled it out, but we've all seen these before. Delivery note, POD, whatever you want to call it. The POD you get that's been signed by the customer. I keep both copies. A lot of people ask me this, do you keep both copies? I can't actually get it open now. Here we go. I keep both copies because any other paperwork the customer should send, this is for my records, which I get them to sign. If there's another bit of paperwork, I get them to sign that as well. It's for them, whatever. But you might also get paperwork is from the customer, which they want you to sign rather than one of these, but these are sort of the default. So get this, and this is where the scanner function comes in on your printer. Put this on the scanner, get it scanned, then you have an electronic copy of the POD as well. Basically put the in the top of the, just above the date, there'll be your personal reference for the job. So I just list my PODs, which I scan as POD, job number, and put it in a file. Then I've got an electronic copy of it. So if both of these go missing, at least I have an electronic copy which I can print off. Then what you do is you get this one, the white one, get the one you're going to send to the customer, and you need stapler. You just staple that, and then that gets sent out to the customer. You get an envelope, put it in an envelope, post out. The customer address will usually be in this top corner, so you just copy that down, fling it out to the customer. This copy, my copy, is where all my little filing system comes into place. Give that a staple, and then very simply, I picked up one of these. They're very cheap, they're about £3 from Amazon or something. It basically says, I don't know if you can see, they're paid, copy invoice, and then at the bottom, something I've never used before, so don't worry about that. And all I do is, I take the copy one, slam it on top, and then as you can see, copied invoice. This goes into my filing. What I also do, get a pen, and I write the date I sent in the mail the hard copy. That way I know what day I posted it. Because this is for my own record, so I can write whatever I want on it. So I just write underneath that when I posted it. Then you get one of these. I've got two of these. Very simple filing things. You open it up, loads of files, and by month. And I put a paper copy in. I'm getting all muddled up now. I'm back. So I take this paper copy and I just file it into the month, and it sits there until I get paid. When they pay me, I find this copy, whichever month it may be in, pull it out, and with the paid one other thing, slap paid on it, and I put it in my other one of these with all my paid invoices. This way I know I have it from start to finish, my invoice system. I have it when I print it off when I've done the job, it gets put away when I've sent it, it stays in there till I've been paid, and then when I get paid, I stamp that it's been paid, and I put it in my other file. It keeps everything in order, it keeps everything where it should be. Sorry I've been jumping up and down, I don't know how else to do it. But it keeps everything in order. It's a very simple filing system. I've never gone wrong with it, it works really well. All you really need to get is, I can close it up, two of these, which they're not that expensive. £5-6 for one of them. Get the files, you can get a load of files for a few quid, they're not expensive. I said, a good stapler, a couple of quid. One of these off eBay or Amazon, a couple of quid, and that's it. It's not expensive to buy all this little office stuff, but it keeps everything in order, keeps everything organised, and I know exactly who's paid me and who hasn't. Now once I've been paid, and I've obviously stamped it, put it away, what I also do is then you go onto the CX, into the invoice area, and I click on the customer who's paid me and say they've paid me, and it will take that off my list. It's one thing the CX have got really well done and planned out is that invoice system. You can say, oh, there's not enough jobs, or they do this wrong, or it's too long to be paid, but the one thing they've got spot on is their invoice system. It's very simple, and you can put customers on there who are not on the CX. I have a couple of customers I do work for, they're not CX customers. All I've done is put their information onto my directory on the CX, and then I can invoice them as well through the CX system. Very simple, very easy. So I hope this has helped some people, get you a bit organised. You can do it your own way, there's lots of ways to do it. You can buy other little things, but I just find this works really well for me. End of the month, get them all together, get it all sorted. The one issue obviously is it does take a little bit of time because you've got to scan every single POD, you've got to print everything off, and if anyone's watched any of my other videos, you know I do not like printing and sending paper copies. I think it's a waste of money, it's a waste of paper, it's a waste of ink, and it's a waste of time. When in this day and age we can literally scan everything, send them off to the shippers, and they've got everything electronically. But whilst they still want the paper copies, you've got to do this. Very important that you scan everything, get yourself an electronic copy, have a paper copy, and make sure you send an electronic copy and a paper copy. That way you are backed, your end, their end, and no one can complain. And if anything does go wrong, you have the electronic copy, you can print it off again, you can send it again. A lot of times, well not a lot of times, it's very rare, but a shipper might go, I haven't received the paper copy, can you resend it? Well, you can't because you've already sent it. So you sort of say, listen, I can't send you the original, but I've got the copy, my electronic copy, I can send that out to you, and that should be enough. Never had a problem, like I said, I've only never been paid once through the CX, well not through the CX, but a job I've done on CX, and that was because the company screwed a lot of people over. Apart from that, this system has really worked. Also, as soon as you see someone hasn't paid in time, you can get on them, you can keep track of your money. It's a very good system. So I hope this helps some people out there. And if you've liked this video, please like, comment and subscribe. Apparently only 25% of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed to me. I would really love it if you could subscribe and see more of my videos. I've got a challenge coming out soon as well, which you need to look out for. And also hit that bell icon so when my videos do pop, you can be the first to watch them. Have a great day as always. Be safe out there. Take it easy.